Atleti solidifying themselves even more this weekend as favourites to win the whole thing, Sid.
I think that's right. Atletico Madrid don't want to hear this. I think that they're entitled to say, look, don't put this tag on us. They're entitled to say that we don't want the responsibility of being favourites. And by the way, we also don't want to have people from the outside trying to say to us, if we don't win the league, it's a failure. That said, the position they're in is very, very strong indeed. It's 26 games in a row without losing in La Liga. Wow. They've won 7 games in a row this season. They've only conceded 2 goals in 900 minutes this season. They're on course, I think, for a total of 8 goals conceded in the entire campaign. They haven't even been behind. They haven't been behind for a single minute in this season. The 2 goals that they've conceded away at Osasuna when they're already 2-0 up, at home against Granada when they'd already scored 5. So this is a team that really hasn't suffered at all domestically. Now, they're in a very strong position. They're 12 points ahead of Barcelona. They've got a good lead at the top of the table ahead of everyone else as well. And this weekend, they play Real Madrid. Now, of course it's a big if they were to beat Real Madrid, I think off the back of that, we'd all be looking at this and thinking, okay, it's Atletico's to lose.
It is, of course, a huge week for Real Madrid. Before the city derby, they've got the little matter of Borussia Mönchengladbach, a game they have to win if they're going to advance to the knockout stages. Sid, 1-0 against Sevilla. I thought this was more of an old-school last season performance from Real Madrid. Is this the same sort of blueprint that we're going to see in this game coming up?
It would make sense for it to be, and I'm absolutely in agreement with you there. This was a classic Real Madrid performance from those last 11 games of last year. You get a goal out of not a huge amount. It's actually an own goal, although Vinicius was trying to claim it. You then get everyone very deep. You play behind the ball. You cede a lot of possession. You don't necessarily try and sparkle. You don't necessarily try and do anything clever, but you just have everything tight together and deny chances. Now, Sevilla, I think you could probably argue, created 2, maybe 3 half-decent chances, but not many that were really clear. And I think we're likely to see a similar thing against Borussia Mönchengladbach in midweek. As you say, Real Madrid have to win to guarantee that they go through. But to be honest with you, I think a draw's enough. Because, of course, Inter Milan also have to win. If Inter Milan are winning, then Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid would both know that a draw puts them both through. And I must admit, and call me cynical, call me of a suspicious mind, but I suspect that if they find out early on that Inter Milan are a goal or 2 goals up, I think we've got a draw in prospect.
Oh, you are cynical, Sid. Sergio Ramos is back, of course, a key man throughout all their Champions League success. With regards to the coach, what are the ramifications if they don't go through?
Well, the suggestion has been, and this has become, if you like, a kind of a filtered out message from Real Madrid, but not one that they stand by with very much clarity, that if they were to get knocked out of the Champions League, then Zidane's job would be at threat, and very seriously at threat. I suspect that they would wait until after the Madrid derby at the weekend, but I must confess I'm not entirely sure about that. I mean, for what it's worth, this feels to me like a week in which they win the first one against Sevilla, they draw the next 2, not a huge amount changes, everyone else says it's fine, and we move on until the next time that they have a little flurry of bad results, and everyone says Zidane's in danger again, and again he finds a way through it.
Sid, we heard Stella barking. No animals today. Very disappointing, I think. Everyone was just watching to the end to see which member of your zoo would turn up.
I'm really desperate to get a parrot, and
yes.
then I'm not going to bother talking in the next show. I'm just going to put the parrot on my shoulder and say, right, he can say everything for me.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.